What is up, ladies and gents? Everyone else, welcome to our ETM 540 Clubhouse holiday special. And what's special about it? Absolutely nothing. We honestly are quite busy this week, and I am definitely stalling on the scrambler on finishing that because wiring freaks me out. But it's okay because I want it right. I need to get on. I know I'm sorry. I will make it happen. I promise. But we do have a busy week. There was a lot of little things I needed to knock out. We did get another motorcycle in the shop. This is one that we've actually had. Rhonda, aka Pockets, bought this for her son so he could have a bike to get used to riding on the street, license, whatnot. It's it's a 22 Royal Enfield Himalayan, or 23. It's badass. It's a cool little off-road ADV bike. But now she's got her own little ADVer. So eventually we are going to get to that, clean that up, get it all maintenance up to where she can start riding again. But yeah, we did that. We had some house clean outs we had to do, all kinds of stuff. But whatever, no more excuses. So we're going to do something a little fun, as you can tell by the thumbnail. We're going to see if we can build up that mini bike and get it running within an hour. I think we can do it. It's pretty basic. But I mean, hey, there are some technical aspects to it. So I'm going to put a little clock right there as to what time it is. And that way we can keep track and see what we can do. But this thing is freaking rad. Let me show you why. So what we have is a pretty standard mini bike frame that looks to be about from the 70s or 80s. And the boy's cousin gave us this a while ago and said, do whatever you want with it. And we said, heck yeah, we will, because, yeah. So, yeah, we just kind of had it hanging around for a while. And then quite literally, parts just started showing up. And I'm not saying because we bought them. I'm saying because they just happened to come around as we do things. Things, and things. And if you're just now joining us, yeah, we find and collect a lot of stuff. And stuff finds us, actually, more than anything. So this is just a whole nother collection of stuff that just happened to come together to where we can build a bike. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. See if we can go ahead and make it happen within that hour. I'm already wasting time because look what time it is now. And yeah, we'll see if we can pull start it and get it running. It is rainy as fart today, and it will be for the next few days because we apparently, for Christmas from Santa, got a 4-day massive rainstorm. Thanks, Santa. But anyways, all right, let's freaking get to work. All right, we're going to start by giving her our signature WD-40 wipe down because why not? Because flammable products. That's why. Would you also consider this to be a Craigslist wipe down? You know some of you have done it. Don't lie. Let's not waste that premium product on the floor. And actually, this paint is cleaning up really nice. Whoever did this paint job did a great job. And it's not powder coat, it's actual paint. She cleaned up nice. All right. Next. All right, for a power plant, we have a 3 horsepower Briggs & Stratton that more than likely came out of an edger or some sort of lawnmower from the, I would assume, 70s or 60s. If you know that stamping or decal or graphics and know specifically what year this came from, let us know because I'm really curious. And I don't think it's on, no, it's not on there. But I figure because of, and this just happened to happen when it happened, when we happened to find the parts that we happened to find that happened to fit the same era as this happens to be, because this happens to match that. I'll stop. I'm sorry. So we thought we'd throw it on there. And yes, I have already ran it, so I do know it runs. But I did need an air filter and make some modifications to it, very simple ones, just so that way we were making sure we had something that functioned. But it has been sitting, and there is some old gas in it. I don't know if it'll still work. But who knows? But hey, what do you think of our exhaust pipe? Yep. Electrical conduit. Mm-hmm. Only the good stuff. That's right. But hey, custom. Custom. Dumbass. So let's go ahead and put this sucker in. We do have some mounting holes where there are some adjustments right there. We're just going to plop it in. We're not going to tighten it down quite yet. I do already have bolts and nuts and washers for it that were already on the motor. So yeah, I'm not cheating. And we'll just lay it in there for now and move on to the next step. Sweet. Heck yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, let's not do that again. We need this motor. Okay. Sweet. And no joke, that worked out perfect. I just happened to have that little air filter, and I knew it was going to have to kick over a little bit. But I didn't think it was going to clear. I thought we were going to have to do some modifying, but that works. And I don't even care if it's... Well, it's not going to be in the way because the tank's right there too. So, yeah, we're freaking golden. Hell yeah. God, I love that exhaust. Yep. All right, well, let's get some nuts and washers on this thing and call that good. And we'll, I guess, put the chain on from there. Wow, I'm actually really stoked with how well that motor matches that frame. So, yeah. I almost tripped and fell on my ass right there. Okay. Cool. Oh, heck yeah. This thing looks mean. Oh, wow. Let's go ahead and get that exhaust hooked up. I think I'm just going to use a worm clamp on the back. And then we will... Yeah, clamp that down, call that good, and then move on to getting the chain, since that's in the way of the chain right now. Is that gonna work? Yeah. Oh, and I just thought of it. We can't tighten that down yet until we adjust our chain and all that. So, yeah. So for now, that's just gonna have to sit in there. And before we put the chain on, we actually need to put on our centrifugal clutch. And I just got one of the cheapy clutch baskets. I'm hoping this will work. I'm not planning on being the one that primarily rides this thing. So it's going to be kids who weigh about 200 pounds less than me. So I am just going to put that basic one on. I just want to see if it'll run with it. So we need to put that on first. Now, mind you, this motor actually came set up with a shaft drive that had the pin on the shaft and threaded. So it was a multi-purpose motor for someone, or someone had threaded it at one point and utilized it for something other than just what it was originally off of. So what's cool is that all I had to do was find a bolt and washer. So the setup with the clutch came that way from Amazon, and then yeah, it worked out freaking perfect. I couldn't believe it. I was actually super pumped. I just haven't put it on yet. So we're gonna put that on, and then after that, then we can get the chain on, and then from there, we got to start worrying about the throttle, which is the one thing that's probably gonna take the longest. So let's at least get the clutch and chain on, and then we can start thinking about like tightening down the motor mounts, tightening down the exhaust, and then we'll get on to the rest of the shenanigans. So yeah. All right, let's do this. All right, a little FYI, it's very easy to get confused. Your clutches go on this way, on the motor that way. Not this way. You would think it would be this way because the sprocket's on the outside, but it actually goes on this way. So it's easy to get that confused. Ask me how I know. There we go. Dang, that went on super good. And when you do order these, you can get these in different shaft sizes, just for your info. You can actually, it's easy kind of to screw up your order and get the wrong shaft size. So make sure that you are getting the correct shaft size. Oh, sweet. Heck yeah. Hoi. All right, let's bust this chain on. Wow, that was actually way easier than I expected. Sometimes those can be a real pain in the ass, so it's nice when they go together like that. All right, well, gravity's already kind of setting our engine for us. So I think what we'll do now is we'll start with just one of the motor mounts and then just kind of make our adjustments from there. All right, and where are we at now? Let's get a little time check. Where are we at? Oh, pff, golden. Let's keep going. We're looking good. That's awesome. I'd like to fire it within 1 hour, so that would be cool if we can get it to start up. So yeah, let's freaking keep rocking. This is badass. Oh, that worked out perfect. Heck yes. All right. Next. All right, now that the motor's in place, we can tighten this freaking thing down. There we go. Yep, that's our exhaust mount. Hey, and it fits the chips. Yeah, and this fit perfect. That's actually quite rad. I really like that. I really like that. Oh. So with that done, now we can go ahead and put on our throttle system. And this is going to be the tricky part. But luckily, once again, there's already some modifications done to this to where it will function properly. But if we need to make any adjustments, we can. But let me show you what it looks like right now. Okay, so we have this little plate right here that we can use to put the throttle casing into. And then this is our throttle, but the throttle needs to sit back like that. And our free space that we have for our line, for our actual like cable, is not that big. So we need to adjust on that a bit, and that's probably not gonna work. So yeah, so we need to make some adjustments here. And then we also need to set up a spring somewhere to where we can, yeah, make sure that it has a spring return. So let's figure this out. First, we'll just go ahead and put the grips and the twist throttle on the bars, and then we'll figure out this after that. And you know what I just thought about? We're getting a lot of blue in the shop. Are we converting to the Yammies? Nah, there's still a lot of red. We do love them though. And we're hopefully going to go rip these during this little holiday break that we're on. So hopefully I'll have a video for you guys of that. That'll be freaking fun. But throttle. All right. Pretty simple procedure here. These actually come already set up in the packages where you don't even have to put the grip on, which is kind of nice. And they're very, very, very simple twist throttles. Okay, this is the fun part. Well, let's get the other grip on at least. And if you didn't watch the last BMX video, some people use air, I use WD-40. Spray it on, leave it alone for 24 hours. It is good to go. Now let's get technical. Okay, with that on, we can go ahead and, yeah, like I just said, go ahead and get the technical aspect of all this little tuning nonsense done. It's going to be, it's not going to be super hard. I mean, it should be pretty easy and self-explanatory, but there's a lot of tweaking and all this because this motor wasn't meant to go in a mini bike, so you have to build the other things for a mini bike, basically. So let's check our time. Let's see where we're at here. We should be right. Oh, not bad. All right, let's do this. All right, let's get this thing figured out here. So this does need to come around. I just don't know which way I want it to come around. Thinking maybe that way? Or, oh yeah, it's gotta be this way. It'll be more out of the way that way. Okay, so in order to make this work, we do have to clip this part off right here. And then we do need to cut some off of this. And it's probably gonna have to be around right there. And I'll show you why. So with that, right there, that's gotta be able to go in and then get clamped underneath this. And actually we might need to cut a little more. Ooh, yeah, that's testing it right there. So we're gonna cut a little more off. Woo. So now with that, we can go through our little set thingamaboobskis, which will ultimately be our idle. All right, so that was an extreme pain in the ass, so I switched up what I was doing, and now I lost a freaking washer that I need. So, yeah, as you can tell, I'm freaking annoyed right now. So I just need to find this washer, and then we'll finish this off. I'm going to switch up something. I'll show you. Found it! All right, we are down to the wire, and I just lost some time having to try and find a washer. Ooh, we are coming down to the wire. All right, time check. Oh, crap. Okay, let's, tighten that down. Find another location for a spring, return spring, and then let's fire it up. Hopefully. God dang it. Oh. Come on. Almost there. My hand's cramped. My old man hand cramped. Oh, there it is. Sweet. Oh. Yes. Oh, quickly. Time check. Did we do it? Did we do it? Oh, freaking. Oh. That freaking cat. It's a Christmas cat, I guess. Well, we tried. We tried. But that was a valiant effort. And I wanted to get it started within an hour, but it just wasn't going to happen. But hey, we got it together in an hour, and it is looking pretty good. And I mean, mind you, I know some of you are going to say, oh, well, you already had all the parts and this and that. And if you didn't, you'd have to take a ditch and everything. Well, yeah, it's because this was a build that was done within an hour pre-planned. And I have experience building some of this type of stuff. I'm not saying everyone can build it within an hour, but it is possible. We had this thing pretty much down to bare bones. the way that things were given to us, or the way that things were found, or the way that we had pre-purchased the parts. And as you can tell, it is a complete bike. And it is fully ready to go. Well, mind you, I got to zip tie the cable and stuff, but other than that, it is fully ready to go. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that it's possible. All you got to do is just practice, plan, research, learn, and then eventually stuff like this will just kind of come together the way that it does. But let me, yeah, this thing looks sick. Let me show you what's up. All right, I guess all that's left to do is start it. Well, I gotta check some oils really quick and all that, and then we'll start it. So let me do that really quick, and then we'll see if this pig will go. I hope it does. Oh my god! All right. All right. Moment of truth. All right, let's try again with a little enticement. Oh. All right, so we got a fuel problem. She sounds good though. Well, that's a good sign, but I think she just needs some fresh fuel, honestly. So I'm going to put fresh fuel in it, and then we will see what happens from there. Because it sounded good. It sounds healthy, actually. So, yeah, let's try that. Did I say fresh fuel? I meant fresh fuel. Jeebus. You mean you guys don't keep your fresher fuel in a syrup bottle? Oh yeah, that smells way better. All right, let's try her now. Yeah, she smells like a Briggs. All right, well, not the full outcome that I was hoping for, but we did build it in under an hour-ish. Don't judge me. And it did fire over. So I think there's probably some gunk up in the fuel tank. I am going to drop it and try and clean it out as best I can. But it did fire over and did idle a little bit. So I am pumped on that, totally stoked. But I don't have time to do it now because it's Christmas Eve and I need to go. So if you are watching this, Merry Christmas. Thank you for all the support and love. That last video freaking rocked. I love that you guys were stoked on the BMX stuff, so that was cool. And we're just going to keep kind of doing more random builds, getting stuff back on the road as we can. We are planning, like I said earlier, doing some trips out with the desert bikes. We're going to go rip those for a bit on a weekend here coming up, and then I will finish the Scrambler. That will likely be our next video, so stay tuned for that. And other than that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You guys be safe, and we'll see you in the next video. Again? I thought I told you last time. You are new here. Don't look at me like that. You haven't earned that right yet. Okay, stop it.
The least amount in their box wins the round. Ready, set, go!
There we go. I think I got him.